Hey guys, welcome back for another abs blast here at Athletic Edge Gyms. I'm David, I'm one of the trainers here at the gym, and this is just another one of our free offerings to help you guys exercise at home during lockdown. Now today's abs blast is going to be a little bit longer than usual because we've got some two-sided exercises. Today's class is really going to be focused on the obliques, the muscles at the side, the love handles. Now any exercise that involves leaning, which is what we're going to be doing a lot of, works your whole complete core. So it's really a full core class, but with a real focus on those twisting and leaning motions that will go. We're going to start with a warm-up. Now, just as I said every other class, this is open to all ability levels. So all you're going to need to do is just work as hard as you can. It's all time-based. So you push for the 30-second window. If you do 10 reps, great. If you do 20 reps, also great. As long as the form is good and as long as it's burning by the end, I'm going to be very happy with you. Now, because we're doing this in a gym environment, we can't have any music, so if you've got a favorite playlist, get that set up next door so that once we start it, you can get some music going as well. And also, if you enjoyed today's video, and if you want to get these things as soon as they come out, click the button below to like and subscribe, and that means you'll get these things as soon as they pop up onto the site. So, we're going to start with a basic warm-up just to mobilize things and loosen off, because I don't know about you guys, but it's cold in here, so we're going to need to get nice and warm. So, step yourself back. Make sure you've got room around you to do so, and we're just going to let this gentle rotation side to side, just like that. It's good. Nice and easy. Loosen off that spine, loosen off those hips. For me, all the tension is here rather than up there, so just loosen off those hips. And then, hands by the sides, lean side to side as well. Keeping the hips forward so you don't bend, you don't bow. You stay upright, you lean side to side. That's good. Now, similar but different. Arms out like this. One arm goes behind you, one goes over the top. As you get that little bit more of a flexion and a stretch as you come over and around. Good. And then a nice wide stance with the feet. This time we do bow at the hip, hinge the hips, hinge the knees a little bit as well. And reach and rotate. Loosen everything off here as well. Let's just activate some of those muscles in the lower back. Good, we've got one more warm-up exercise to do. We're going to do this lying on our back. What I'm looking for is arms up to the sides, legs up, and just rotate one side to the other side. Loosen off those core muscles, loosen off the lower back, loosen off the hips, and get us ready to rumble. Excellent, right. Now, you might see I've got a kettlebell here. Now, these classes are all okay to do with no kit at all. If you've got no kit at all, or if you just got a tin of tomatoes or something like that, there is a variation for using when we do this exercise. However, I am 99% sure that all of us will be able to find like a carrier bag or a mini suitcase or something like that you can put some stuff in and hold in your hand to act as a weight. Because that's all it's going to be doing. It's going to be leaning to the side with that weight in your hand. So, if you need to grab something like that, pause, grab it now, and then press play when you're ready. But for us, we're going to get started. Now, our first exercise on the card is cross-body scissors. We're going to build in the same layering system we normally do, doing one exercise, then we add a new one, then add a new one, so it gets longer as we go through. The cross-body scissors is a 30-second movement, and it's a bit like a jackknife, which we've done before. And the reason I'm going to show you this way so you can see the difference. Normally with a jackknife, side on first actually, you would bring your arms and legs up, together, and down together. And that works just straight down your core here. But what we're going to do today is we're going to do a little variation to get more of a diagonal movement on it, to work those obliques a bit more. So you're going to be in position like this at the bottom, and you're going to reach up with your right arm and then your left leg. And then the other side. Now notice, I'm keeping my feet off the floor. You can have them down if that's too difficult. And again, you can bend the knees if you need to. This makes more sense from the side. So from here, it will be one, and then the other. Notice I'm getting the shoulder up as well. Crunching and lifting for 30 seconds. So, and if you need to bend the knees, you could do that. Reach to touch the shin, or to touch the tongue of the shoe. That will work as well. Now that's our first exercise, and we're going to hit that for 30 seconds. So we're going to set, wait for the clock to hit the right second, and off we go. That's good. 10 more seconds. It's time already. Good, and hold that there. Now the idea is, next round we do the same exercise again, but we add a new one in onto the card. So our new exercise we're going to be adding in is a side plank, and this will be done 30 seconds on each side. You can do this on your forearm or your hand. I much prefer the forearm. Main thing you're looking for alignment-wise is that your elbow is aligned with your shoulder. If you're like this, or you're like that, you're going to find it hard to balance. So you want to be aligned, so it's under it but just in front of it. Bottom foot at the front, top foot at the back. You can stand the foot like this if you want to for a bit of extra stability. And you'd hold for 30 seconds on one way, and then 30 seconds the other way as well. And if you want to do it on the hand, you would just be like so, same deal. Obviously, if it's with the hand, you need to make sure you get alignment all the way through to the wrist as well. But we start by doing the cross-body jackknife first for 30 seconds. So let's get stuck into that. Off we go. I'm going to keep these feet down this time. Don't want to burn myself out too soon. I'll increase the difficulty if I need to later on. As long as it's difficult, it doesn't matter what version you do. You could be just doing like 10 reps. That's cool as well, as long as it's hard work. If it's too easy, change it up. Find a way to increase the difficulty. Get higher reps. Get straighter legs. Something that's going to make it more difficult for you as you go. Good, now it's time for that side plank. Sit on the elbow, bottom foot at the front, and hold that position for 30 seconds. This is going to be working those oblique muscles here. A lot of people, they tend to put their top foot over, and they kind of lean like this. All that weight ends up through your leg. But by having the bottom foot at the front, the weight all stays through the obliques, all stays through your core. Now if you're not used to this one, it can be pretty tough. 3, 2, 1. Now let's do that other side. So I won't show you my back this time. Up here, 30 seconds. Now you're going to have one side that's better than the other. That's just normal. So maybe do the side that's harder first. I find my left side harder, so do it first while you're still fresher. Or give it more of a break. Do it second if the exercise before it has fatigued it already as well. That works too. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Right, third time round. We do those first 2 exercises again, plus a new one. You get the idea now. We add in layers each time. Now this third one is the one where we're going to be using our suitcase or our carrier bag with some items in it, or the tomato can, whatever you've got. I'll show you what to do as an alternative. But for the basic, again, it's a 2-sided exercise, 30 seconds apiece. Feet nice and close together, nice and even. Chest and head up. Let it lean over, stretch, and then reach with your fingertips towards the knee at this side. So it's like a crunch to the side. A lot of people think the emphasis is on getting far over that way. The emphasis is actually on getting back up and over, because that's what's engaging and squeezing the muscles there. 30 seconds on one side, and then you would switch. Same deal, stretching this side this time, and then reaching to the opposite knee on this side as well. Now, if you don't have anything heavy enough to make this a challenge, and you can't organize a suitcase, what you can do is, even just with empty hands, or with a little something in your hands, hold them above your head, same foot position, and lean over like that, and then lean over like that. Now, because there's no changing sides, you would do this for the full 60 seconds. And what you want to do is, while you're doing these leans, because it's not going to be as heavy, really, really tighten your abs. Like you're expecting someone to give you a punch in the stomach at any moment. So you're braced really hard, and as you lean, you should feel a pull down the serratus, down those obliques, the abdominals, ones around the ribs. Everything should really fire there. And because you've got a longer lever with your arms above your head, it should be harder. A lot of people tend to do this. That's pretty useless. You need to have those long arms so that you feel the weight of the small item that's in your hands. But obviously, preferably, suitcase in hand, carry bag in hand, kettlebell, dumbbell, whatever you've got, that works too. Now, before we do that exercise, we've got the crossbody scissors and we've got our side planks. So let's get stuck in. Crossbody scissors, off we go. Good. Now, because of all the talking, got a bit more energy now. So I'm going to go with the harder version with the feet off the ground again. Again, test it yourself. If you find the first couple of times are easy, go harder. If you find you're burning out, you can drop it down, drop into the floor like this, anytime you want. As long as you're working hard, we're happy. It's the mantra of the class. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Now let's switch it to the side plank. I'm going to start on the opposite side this time. Bottom foot at the front. Elbow under the shoulder. And we got that solid 30 seconds. Good. You want to make sure your bum isn't pulling out behind you. Hips are forwards, nice and straight. Legs are nice and aligned. And hold that position. And just breathe your way through it. Nearly there. 5 more seconds. 2, 1. Good. Switch it up. Round. 30 seconds here. Off we go. That's good. Main thing is just staying aligned, staying sharp, getting the feet in the right position, elbow under the shoulder, and you're going to be all good for this one. 10 more seconds. Nearly there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Now, if you've just done your plank, working your left side, you want to hold it in your left hand to work your right side with the oblique leans, or vice versa. Don't want to do the same side twice. So let's go 30 seconds on those leans. Remember, reaching for the knee. Good. "15 seconds. Looking strong so far, guys. Keep it up. Well, I hope you're looking strong. Hard to know on a video. 3, 2, 1. Switch hands. Keep that good posture. Crunch over the top. Good. Now to give you a reference of the weight I'm using here, I'm using a 20. It's not what I would normally choose for a class where we're doing so much volume, but because Scott and Athletic Edge have so kindly loaned out and rented out so much of the kit, this is what we've got, so we're making it work. 5 more seconds. Good. And rest there. Now, exercise number 4 is going to be Russian twist. It's a single exercise again, 30 second, and we're not going to use any kit for it. I want us to really focus on the twist and getting up and round. So we're not even going to lift our feet. So I'll show you this from front and then from side. So we're going to be leaning back, and when your arms up like this, like you're holding something in front of your head, and we twist to bring your elbow in alignment with the quad, and then twist. What a lot of people tend to do, their arms do all the moving, and their shoulders barely twist. With this, holding this in front of you, it's going to need to be the obliques that do that work to turn you around. And I'll show you that from the side. Hands out in front, twist, twist. Notice I'm not even leaning that far back. Doesn't need to be. If I lean back, I'll lose some of that rotation. So reasonably upright in this one. And you'll feel it in those obliques, those muscles at the sides that we're working on. It's a very different variation from what we've done in previous classes when we've done the Russian twist. But before we hit them, we have 3 other exercises to hit. Crossbody scissors, side planks, and our oblique cleans. So let's get stuck in. Starting with the crossbody scissors. Off we go. 30 seconds. More seconds, guys. Stay strong. Good. Second exercise, side plank, 30 seconds. Off we go. probably be feeling this deeper than you were before now. All the supporting muscles will be getting tired, so you're going to really start feeling this right on those obliques. And the more muscles get tired, the more muscles you recruit to help. So the more you feel it, the better, basically. Making that sound too complicated. Swap sides. Set and up. 30 seconds. Good. Easy peasy. Nearly there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Now because I did my right side second this time, hold it in my right hand so that we don't work the same side twice. 30 seconds. Off we go. Reaching for that knee with the fingertips. Good. And remember, if you don't have anything heavy enough, it's both hands overhead, solid abs, lean side to side for the full 60 seconds. 10 more seconds to go. Good, switch hands, off we go. More seconds. Good, now the Russian twists. Remember that slightly more upright position. Set, hands in front, 30 seconds, rotating side to side. The range of movement is the key here. You're going to try and get your 90 degrees over to the side to get that elbow in line with the quad. In line with the quad. Anything less is not enough. And you don't want to get this by leaning forwards either. Stay upright. Use those obliques. If you're doing this right, you'll be feeling it. If you're not, try and get that extra 10-15 degrees around, and you will. Good. Now, our fifth and final exercise on the docket is some ankle taps. One that might seem easier than the others, but when done right, this can be a real killer. I'm going to show you this from two different angles. I'll show you from the side. So the first thing you do, lie down as if you're going to do a sit-up or a crunch. I always tuck my chin in as if I'm holding a satsuma under my chin. Stops my neck getting too tired at the front here. Tucked in like that. Arms outstretched. By leaning, you should be able to touch your heels. If by leaning you can't touch them, they're too far away. But they also shouldn't be in reach without any movement. So just out of reach, so you've got to lean for them. Now from that tucked in, shoulders up position, you're going to reach and touch on one side, reach and touch on the other, side to side. And what I don't want is people lying on the floor, dragging themselves across. You want to be in the air, constant tension. Again, like someone's going to punch you in the stomach, and you're ready for it. Touch, 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 like so, for a 30-second window. But first, we've got our other 4 exercises, starting with that crossbody plank. Nearly done with that one, luckily. We're going to hit that for 30 seconds. Off we go. Good, 10 more seconds left, nearly there. Excellent, into the side plank, 30 seconds, off we go. Now after this we'll have all 5 of our exercises set. And what we then do is we turn it the other way up, run down the other way. Instead of adding an exercise each round, we take one off, until in the end we'll just be left with those ankle taps. So it's a descending difficulty, whereas this initial round has been getting harder as we go. Switch sides. Now to counteract that descending difficulty, we're going to have less rest. You already know the exercises now. You don't need me yabbering on in between each time, so we're able to push into the next round relatively sharpish, 10-15 seconds rest, maximum between the rounds. 10 more seconds here. Obliques is one where you feel like you can push more, or you'll feel like you've got some juice left at the end of the class, but because those leaning movements are ones you so rarely do, it's one you'll feel tomorrow. So really be sure to, oblique leans next, be sure to do the stretches I show you at the end, both at the end and before your bed. Crunch over the top, reach for those knees. Good. Now I'm starting to feel that fatigue now, but it's a good fatigue, it's a good squeeze. Nothing's niggling, nothing's sore, but there's always something to be aware of when you're doing side leans, that your back isn't complaining too much. Good, switch sides, 30 seconds. Reach for that knee. Good. Ten seconds. Good, Russian twist next, from that upright position. And remember, we're looking at that 90 degrees side to side. Off we go. Rotate, rotate. And if you're not feeling it, you can move a little bit further back, but you have to make sure you still get those elbows all the way around. It's about rotation, it's not about leaning backwards. Good. And now let's do those ankle taps to finish the job. Satsuma under the chin, shoulders up, reach with the hands, and show me those ankle taps. Again, a lot of people rush this. Think of this like your oblique cleans. You're squeezing side to side, engaging those muscles to bring yourself over, shortening them to get that reach. Okay, good, hold that. So, just in case there's any doubt what we're doing next, now we're going to start with the ankle taps, work our way down for one last set on the crossbody scissors, then they drop off, and we do another round that ends with the side planks, another round that ends with the oblique leans, and so on and so forth until we're just doing ankle taps on the own. Now the challenge here is we're just going to take a 15-second rest between each set. So at the end of the set you have very little time to breathe, so make the most of it. Take a pause and take a sip of water now if you need to, because we're about to get into the tough bit, okay? So, let's take it from the top. Ankle taps, 30 seconds. Off we go. Keep that chin nice and tucked in so you don't strain your neck. Good. And now we sit up for those Russian twists. Set. Rotate to the side. Rotate to the other side. Excellent. All about rotation on this one. Excellent, now we're up to the oblique leans. Weight in hand or overhead, set in place, crunch down to that knee. Good. Now it'll be interesting doing this the opposite way around. Before it was planks and then these. Now we're doing these and then the planks. So those side planks are going to be a lot harder than they were before because they're at the other end of the circuit now. So there's going to be more fatigue in the muscles. So you just need to make sure and maintain a good, strong position as you go and not allow form to suffer due to fatigue. 5 more seconds on this first side. Good, switch up. Off we go. Lean and crunch. Good. Halfway on this side, keep it up. Good, now show me that side planks. Now if you've just had it in your left hand, get down onto your left elbow, or vice versa. 30 seconds, off we go. Good. And hold that position. Don't let yourself twist over, don't lean on that hand. Bottom foot at the front, hips forwards. Halfway already. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then switch sides. 30 seconds on this other side. Off we go. Just take your time, and obviously if you need to bring that foot up to hold you up a little bit more, that's cool too, but keep it down if you can. 10 more seconds. Nearly done with these anyway, luckily. Just one more round with them in after this one. 3, 2, 1, and one last set, cross body scissors. Line back, smooth up, smooth down. Keep those feet up as long as you can. Drop them if you need to. Ten more seconds. Good. Right, 10, 15-second rest. Then we take it from the top, so we're almost back on those ankle taps. And we're going to go in 10 seconds. So lie back, set yourself, not too close, not too far. And we're going to go in 3, 2, 1, off we go. Let's go for those ankle taps. Now it's the round of 4, so it's starting to get that a little bit easier. Good. Excellent. Up for those Russian twists. Set in place. Out in front. Rotate side to side. You've really got to try and twist to get enough engagement on those obliques. Otherwise it'll feel uncomfortable, but not difficult. And we want this to feel difficult. Good. Oblique leaps. Up on feet. 30 seconds aside. Set. Off we go. Good. This is where I'm starting to feel some genuine fatigue in my lower back and my obliques now. This kind of volume is a lot, especially with a 20 kg in hand. So maybe choose lighter than I did. Should have put that at the start rather than now. We just got to persevere, push through. 5 more seconds on this side. 3, 2, 1, and switch up. Same deal, opposite side. Crunching over to that knee. Good. Excellent. Now, side plank. One last time. Set. Off we go. Good. We're going to be strong on this one because we know it's the last one. Once we've done them now, we don't have to do them again. As always, hips forwards, elbow under the shoulder, good alignment, good shape. 3, 2, 1, switch sides. Set, 30 seconds. Final 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's take another 15 seconds rest, and then we're straight back in for the ankle taps, the twists, and then one last shot on the oblique cleans. So get yourself in position, chin tucked in, just out of reach. Off we go. 30 seconds. And again, this is another one you can end up cruising on if you're not careful and making it too easy. Crunch up, hold that tension, and then reach to get the tension around the sides as well. No point doing it if you're not going to push yourself. And the only way the body's going to change is if you ask it to do things it's not comfortable doing. If the class is comfortable, there's no need for your body to adapt. Good, now let's hit those twists. Set, lean back slightly, rotate side to side. Remember, elbow in line with the quad. That's what we're looking for. That's why you'll feel that squeeze in the obliques and lower abs. Ten more seconds. Good. Now the oblique cleans, one last set. 30 seconds apiece. Set the feet. Off we go. Good. Now it can be easy to end up leaning forwards or backwards on this one. If you do so, it changes where the weight's going to hit. If you lean back while you're doing it, you'll hit the front here. And if you lean forwards, you'll hit your lower back. We want to hit all three, so stay upright. Stay vertical. Stay aligned. It's good for all exercises, staying in alignment. Keeps the weight where we want it to be. Good, switch hands. Yeah, I'll definitely be glad to see the back of these. I really feel the fatigue on these ones now. And I hope you guys haven't just gone with like a baby weight on this one, and you have given yourself a reasonable challenge. Put some stuff in a bag. Or if you're doing those overheads, remember, solid abdominal core. Good lean side to side with nice straight arms. Excellent. And now we're back into the ankle taps. This time we're going to skip that 15-second rest and get stuck straight in. So set, 30 seconds, off we go. We're on a home straight now, so we're going to push through, get it done. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good. Now we've got our rotations from that Russian twist position. That's looking good, guys. By now you should have cracked getting those elbows in position. And if you haven't, you probably reverted back to old school Russian twists, thinking that this doesn't work. That's fine too, as long as it's giving you some hard work. Over halfway. And from this we're going to transition straight into that last set of ankle taps. So we're on the home stretch now. 5 seconds. Good, ankle taps, one last shot. 30 seconds, off we go. Seconds down already, we're cruising. But reach, get that good squeeze, side to side, squeeze, squeeze. 10 seconds left. And we're there, good job. Really good job, guys. Excellent effort, that's the hard work done. Now what we're gonna do now is we're gonna do some stretches to make sure we don't get any tightness and that the DOMS, the delayed onset muscle soreness, the ache you're going to feel tomorrow isn't too intense. So we're going to start by sitting cross-legged on your mat or on your floor. Make sure both bum cheeks stay glued to the floor here. Place one arm behind you and then reach over towards that side. So if your left arm is behind you, you reach over to your left with the right arm above your head. This is going to stretch out those oblique muscles here. Now if your butt lifts up, you don't get a good stretch. Keep the bum down. Get the arms as far over as you can with the bum down. And just hold that position. Now most of the time when you're doing post-exercise stretching, you can go all the way up to 1.5 minutes if you want to. Short ones aren't as good. You need a more of a duration on the stretch to really get in there. For the purposes of the video, we're only going to do about 30 seconds a side, but my recommendation for you guys is either do 2 rounds of these stretches or go for longer. Take notes of what I've shown you, and then obviously repeat, but for a bigger duration. You may find one side tighter than the other. I find this is a tight side for me because I have issues with my lower back on this side. But it's good, as long as you feel a good stretch there, you're all good. Ease that one off, that's excellent. Now, next one we're going to do is just to stretch that lower back. You're going to maintain that cross-legged position, and all I want you to do is just creep those hands forwards until you feel the stretch. You're either going to feel it in your groin, your hamstrings, or your lower back. I feel it on my lower back, but wherever you're feeling it is good for you. Just reach over like that. And then just take some breaths in that position. Every time you exhale, try and melt lower to the floor. Just hold that for a little bit longer. Good, ease that one off. One more stretch, just again, to kick that lower back and the obliques. We're going to do a figure 4 crossover. So, a figure 4 stretch, I'll show you this, both on the floor and then in the right position. You cross one leg over your knee like that, and come back like this. Like you'd be sitting on the sofa with your legs crossed, your ankle is just over your knee. Place your hand, your right hand against your left leg with the tongue of your shoe, other arm to the side, and then just twist it across until it gets to the floor. Or not, whatever's tight, whatever feels like a good stretch. But you want to make sure you're keeping tension with this lower leg to keep a good stretch here. If you're not getting a good stretch here, it's not high enough up. And keep that hand planted on the floor. So this is going to work one of those deep tissue muscles. This is going to stretch your piriformis, it's going to stretch your hips, it's going to stretch your glutes, and it's also going to stretch your obliques and your lower back. And again, this is another one you could do for at least 1.5 minutes, and you get no harm from it at all. Good. Gently ease that one off. Switch sides, cross over, hand on the tongue shoe, other hand on the floor, and cross over to this side as well. Again, making sure to keep that tension up, to keep the tension on here, and the stretch should track, kind of like there. And hold that position. Okay, good. Gently ease that one off as well. Now, one final stretch, just because of all those cross-body scissors, we're going to stretch our abdominal core as well, just the front, our rectus abdominis. Hands like you're going to do a press up, but keep the hips down. Lift the chest, show me that cobra stretch. Head up, deep breaths into the belly. Good. Good job, guys, really good job. Now, as I said at the start of the workout, if you've enjoyed today's workout, if you've enjoyed training with me today, click like below, subscribe so you get the videos as soon as they come out, and as always, leave any feedback, comments, questions, requests, or even just a nice comment like I've had from some other people so far. Thank you for them, and just let me know how you're getting on. Enjoy and take care.